let's get into our first main topic. And our first topic today is about the Godzilla versus Kong movie. And there has apparently been so a couple things came up with it. One, Netflix has apparently made a bid to Warner Brothers to actually have it just go on to straight to Netflix, if you will. And then there's some other news suggesting that Warner Brothers is going to be still sticking to the theatrical release, but if that doesn't pan out, it looks like they are going to be kind of like with Wonder Woman, shifting gears to putting it on HBO Max if possible. And I mean, as we have these are unprecedented times. Everybody likes to say that's the big phrase. And normally a movie like this obviously wouldn't want to go straight to streaming because they spend a lot of money on these kind of movies, so it makes sense that they want to put it in theaters. But I could see it being a good move to actually put this on HBO Max, mainly because of just how, like, not like poorly, but Kong, or not Kong, but Godzilla King of the Monsters really didn't perform all that well in theaters.
Thought it was good, but
Yeah, did you like the movie though, Rick?
it was entertaining. I saw it with my dad and brother, and it was just a big CGI action. It was entertaining, and I didn't walk out like, man, that sucked.
Yeah, I was disappointed by it.
Yeah,
I didn't think it was like amazing. Maybe I should watch it on my new TV.
to be fair, I didn't have very high expectations to begin with, so
I see. Here's the thing. I actually had high expectations from it because the Comic-Con, when they released that trailer at Comic-Con dude, it was amazing.
yeah.
But and like the trailer looked great. It looked super hype. I thought maybe they were putting too many monsters in it, but
I like the Titans, like all the different ones. That was kind of cool.
that's what I'm saying. I liked seeing them all in there, but I feel like I don't know. I don't know if it's just like it in some ways suffered from like some of the faults that the first one had, and that they focus a lot on the human stuff when like
Great point.
I don't really care about the human stuff. Like I'm going to see Godzilla for Godzilla. Like,
Yeah.
although I really liked Gareth Evans. I think it was Gareth Evans or Gareth Edwards. I think Gareth Evans. Regardless, I liked the first Godzilla, despite like people having that one major complaint that there was just not enough of him.
I watched that today.
The first one.
Yeah.
I liked that movie a lot, in all honesty. Like, I thought that was really good. I could have used a little bit more Godzilla, but at the same time, I don't know. I enjoyed it. But John? What do you think about this potentially going to HBO Max? Do you think that would be a good move, or no?
I'm sure, just as we talked about with Wonder Woman last week, I'm sure it's a great move on their part for the stability and the long term. Um, I don't know, the longevity. Double up on those words there.
Long-term
Of the long term longevity, yeah, of the platform. I'm sure it will, drive some people to pick it up. I'm sure it will drive some people to keep their subscription, knowing that that sort of thing is going to be released there. I just don't know that it's going to recoup the money that potentially could have been made in the theater. This one I was actually really surprised by. Wonder Woman, there has been hints for a long time. I still was adamant that I didn't think it would be going to streaming, but there were hints for a long time that that was the direction it would end up going. This one, I really felt like we haven't even come close to the initial release date for it. I mean, I believe the original release date was sometime this summer, correct?
I think May 2021.
Yeah. So, I mean, we haven't even gotten to its release, and I would have thought they would have given given it some more time to see if there were any resolutions or anything happening with COVID and vaccines and stuff to at least try and get it into a theater and get some of those box office dollars back. But I don't know. Like you said, you made a great point with the original focusing too much on the humans. I actually haven't even seen Godzilla and the King of the Monsters one. And when I was a kid, some of my fondest memories were, going up to I'm going to date myself here, but going to the rental store and picking up all the old black and white original Godzilla movies and like staying up until like 2 a.m. watching them. And I really, I really love Godzilla. And the first movie was fine. It was good. Again, I wanted more, like a lot of people, I wanted more Godzilla. It just didn't it was just missing something. It was too much on the humans, and so I'll see this one hopefully. But yeah, we'll see.
I just hope that it doesn't. My other concern, I guess, just with this movie coming out with it is, it's gonna it's gonna inevitably end up being the BVS thing where King, Kong and Godzilla just end up teaming up in the end, right?
Martha.
And then I saw, yeah, like there's gonna be a Martha moment, essentially, is what's gonna happen. But I think it was for this movie, and maybe I think it had the branding of it. I can't remember, so don't 100% quote me on it, everybody. But I swear I saw like in the famously, like it happens lately, is toys end up spoiling movies. It's like if you
I've already
remember
seen
back
that.
in like Endgame, when Endgame was coming out, the Tony glove was on the shelves before, Tony's Infinity Gauntlet was on the shelves before the movie came out.
True.
So it's like, well, a bit of a spoiler.
Well,
And
Just a bit.
yeah, a bit of
Yeah.
a spoiler.
Jesus,
And
I'm so glad I didn't see that.
yeah, and then I think I saw like this. This is all relevant because I think I saw a toy with the branding for this movie, and it was Mecha Godzilla. So I don't really
it's
know
on
if I
Yeah.
want
Walmart,
that.
I think.
Do what?
They have them at Walmart like already, and there's one of King Kong where Kong, and he's got like a huge chunk of his chest ripped out, like that's removable. So I mean, that's not a huge spoiler, but you know,
It is a little bit though. It always just reminds me though of back when the Phantom Menace was coming out. If you guys remember this isn't really John. You might remember it, but
I
you might remember it too,
I-
Eric. We're just on the younger side, but I remember it. And
very well could.
dude, the soundtrack for it came out because it wasn't toys that spoiled it. This was the soundtrack for the Phantom Menace. It was released, and one of the titles of the songs was Qui-Gon's Noble End. And that was before the movie came out. So I was like, well, I guess Liam Neeson dies.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I remember a friend of mine that waited in line to get tickets to that movie. And apparently one of the guys in line, like, this was back when you had to you had to camp out at the movie theater and get the pre-sale tickets. And like this line full of diehard Star Wars fans. And one of the guys in the line was like, yeah, I heard that Qui-Gon dies, like to everybody in line. Oh man, they just about killed him. So
Yeah, that would. See, and that's why
awful.
you'd think this stuff would happen even more and more. I mean, I guess it kind of does nowadays, though. Like we're
Yeah.
just everybody has cell phones. Like this, half the articles that we even like talk about is not information that the studios actually want out. Like if
Sure.
they could keep everything a secret, they would. But it's like sources hear stuff and then they publish it, and it's like I think even the next thing we're going to talk about with Predator, like that's not even something the dude even says, the director, I think it's Trachtenberg, but he says in the article, like, this really wasn't supposed to come out. It was supposed to be a surprise, but here it is. Like,
Yeah.
but what do you guys think though? If would you want to see Mechagodzilla like be the thing, be the Martha moment for them in this movie, or because I
think
don't
that
really know if
deeply
I
into
really
it.
into that too much.
Yeah.
In all honesty, because
Yeah.
it to me it makes me think that again they'd be including the humans in it too much, because the humans would have had to have made it in the world that they set
Yeah.
up here. Like the humans would have had to have made Mechagodzilla, and it's
Wasn't
just like,
Mechagodzilla an alien though originally?
I think so, but like I
Yeah.
feel like in this
not gonna
world
make
they
it that
set up,
way.
that's not what it would be. I think
Yeah.
it would be whatever the organization that's been in the first and second ones that has been working.
Monarch.
Yeah, Monarch. I feel like
Mhm.
they would have made Mechagodzilla, because I just don't see despite there being giant monsters everywhere, aliens don't really seem to like make sense. Like giant robot aliens don't seem to make sense in that world. As weird as that
Yeah.
sounds, it just seems more like something that like Monarch would make with how they've set them up. But
Yeah.
and that's what kind of tempers
It's like
my
an anti-Godzilla sort of thing.
yeah, exactly. Which I don't think
Anti-Titan.
sounds cool.
Yeah.
Like, do it.
Anti like Titan, because they know that they
Yeah.
all exist now, and they want something that's like, if we need to, we can defend ourselves from them. So that would actually make like perfect sense.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it makes
Yeah.
too much sense. So that's why I don't want it to happen. And I don't want the humans to be like the more. They've already been focused on too much, in my opinion. Now, if you bring in the introduction of a Mecha Godzilla made by them. It's just like, I just want to see the monsters fight each other. But John, if
Sure.
that, to your point of kind of like feeling the same way about that, there is a lot more monsters than King of the Monsters.
A lot.
It's just
I
not done that.
I mean,
well.
this is I do this from time to time, but I actually own the 4K Blu-ray of it because I was like, Godzilla, this is gonna be awesome. I'm gonna buy this. And then
Yeah.
every time I go to watch it, I'm like, yeah, but I could read this comic instead, or I could watch this
Right.
other movie instead, or I could play this video game instead. And I'm just like, I can't bring myself to spend the 2 hours just because I was so underwhelmed by the first one. But
Right. I would say
we'll
give
see.
it a shot.
Yeah, give it a shot if you're
Okay.
bored.
Like, it's
Okay.
good to have on in the background even, I don't know. It's not a dumpster
I
fire
could
of
I
a
could do
movie.
some organizing around around
Yeah.
my house and maybe turn it on.
Find
Yeah,
some
you could
time
always
for-
just when the humans come on, just that's when you go and do something else, and then you come back, and
There's
it's
still a lot of that too. But
yeah, like I
Yeah.
think the worst part about that movie though is that like the humans like plans in it were just like so stupid. Like just all of them were just like dumb. As opposed to the first one where it was just showing a little bit too much and focusing too much on the military aspect. This one was just like y'all just dumb. Like just kind of stupid. But
Yeah, I don't even remember like I was really excited about the first one too because Bryan Cranston was in it, but then I remember like didn't he die in like the first 10 minutes or something?
Yep.
Yeah, sorry,
Right away.
spoilers
Womp
for an
womp.
old movie, but yeah,
Yeah.
I was like so like the whole movie I was just like, wait a minute, they were telling me like Walter White was going to be in this movie. And I was all excited and now he's gone. What's going on?
Yeah.
So anyway, but yeah.
Pretty good
Okay,
Zordon.
I'll give it a shot.
Yeah. It's worth the watch. It's worth the watch. So
Good to know.
sorry. But anyways, with that down out of the way, let's move on here. And first, though, let us know what you guys think about this. Or do you think that HBO Max is gonna, have now Godzilla and Wonder Woman to be released, straight to HBO Max? Do you think that's gonna happen? And what would you think about Mecha Godzilla being that Martha moment for both Kong and Godzilla in regards to the Kong vs. Godzilla movie? Because part of me, I mean, it'd be cool to see Mechagodzilla, but at the same time, like, I just don't think Mechagodzilla really fits in the world that they've set up there. I know that sounds crazy, like I said, because there's just a ton of monsters, but either way, let us know what you guys think down in the comment section below.